All right, so welcome to this TOC Americas app walkthrough for exhibitors. This is a walkthrough of the event platform as well as the Exhibitor Centre that you will have access to. That's your backend as an exhibitor. So first, I'd like to show you the homepage of the event. You should have access to this already. You should have received an email where you can click in, and the homepage here is the first thing that you will see when you get to the event. And just to explain what you see here, you have a navigation bar on top here where you can explore the event. They are also repeated down here in form of buttons that you can click. They lead to the same places. And I'm just admitting another person. And then here you see your profile. Here's where you can click to edit your profile. If there's anything you want to add to that, a profile picture or anything like that. And then down here, you have your Exhibitor Centre access. So if you're part of a booth, if you are a team member of a booth, then you will see access to the Exhibitor Centre here. The other place you can access the backend Exhibitor Centre is here under the drop-down Exhibitor Centre. I'll show you what that looks like after I've gone through the platform. So you click home here to get to back to this page. You can also click home here to get back to this page. You can click here to see your messages. You'll see a little red dot with a number there. That's your DM messages. It's also going to be the messages that are coming into the booth. So if I click on the messages here, you'll be able to switch between yourself and your booth. So I'm a part of a lot of booths, as you can see, but it will possibly just be you and one more option, which is your booth. So anyone talking privately, chatting privately with your booth, they will land in that. So all team members have access to that DM feature. And notifications are here. You'll see the notifications show up 5 seconds on the screen if you're on desktop. And you can also potentially get push notifications on mobile. But here you'll see a little red dot here as well if you have some notifications. And if you're inactive on the platform for more than 4 hours and you have received notifications, you do get some, you get an email saying that you've missed these notifications. We don't send it any more frequent than that. One more person to admit. Okay. And yeah, so I'm just going to go through the buttons here to show you what you can do. So my event, this is your hub. So this is where your schedule will be, your meetings, your list of networking, so people you've connected with, any companies that you've bookmarked, your wish list, and explore event. The only one I want to go really into now is explore event. This is going to be a collection of your AI matches. So I would go there from time to time to just see, okay, so what's matched with me. And then your time preferences. You can choose if you want to display the event in your default time zone for your device or the event time zone. So it's easily done here. You could also do that from the agenda or from home if you scroll all the way down. So this is your hub. So as I go through now and show you, I will fill this up with things. So here I go to the agenda. So as you can see, the agenda is split into days. So you can choose which day to see. You also have a search bar here, so you can use keywords to find the sessions that you like. You can also filter by topics and theaters. Here is another place to change your time zone of the way you want to display it. And if I go into a session, first I'm going to show you that you can bookmark sessions right here on this agenda page just by clicking this here. And you can also go into the session to see some more information. So you'll see more information here. You can also add to your schedule from here. To the right here, you see a live discussion. Most sessions have a live discussion where you have a chat, questions, and polls feature. Any questions or polls will land in the chat as well. I just encourage you to discuss the session in this one. just anything you want to discuss, be active on the platform. If you are active on the platform, there's more of a chance that people will be curious about you as an exhibitor as well. So I would use the opportunities you have to communicate with attendees, and this is one of them. The rest of the session, you will see the speakers of the session. Whoops, where did it go? Sorry. Here it is. You will see the speakers of the session here. You will see the registered attendees. And you may also like is AI matches of sessions to you. And that's based on the activity that you're performing on the platform, similar sessions, and also people you matched with and their activity, what they've bookmarked. So there's a lot of things happening there. So that is a session. Here you can also export to your calendar. You can do this for any session. So that's the agenda. And then you have the exhibitor list. You'll find your booth here. And as you update your booth, you'll see more information. So here is a logo. That's the only thing that's visible that's not already there. But if I go into an exhibitor, this is the front end of the exhibitor. So this is a booth that has not been filled out yet. You'll see here that you have the name, the location, possibility of adding a logo, and then the meetings you can book with an exhibitor, and also the team. You also have a private chat on the side. This is the chat that leads to the private message here. So if people go in and chat with the booth, all team members of the booth will find those messages in here and be able to private message with that attendee. And the booking meeting system is the same for exhibitor booths as it is for attendee profiles, which I will show you as well. Basically, what you do, you click to see more slots. Here you can also switch time zones. And if I do event time zone, that makes more sense. And you choose the day, you choose the time, and then you choose the location. In this case, there's a test location, and it's the booth location that I'm a part of, and it's the booth that this current exhibitor is on. So you can either select a location. There will be more locations here after a while, but right now it's only booths and this test one. So that's how you book a meeting with someone. You can also give a little note to someone when you book a meeting with them. You're also able to bookmark exhibitors. So you can also do that from the list here as well. On top, you see AI recommendations. So that's where exhibitors will be recommended to attendees as well. Floor plan is a PDF floor plan that you can use you can zoom in, find booths. Attendee list is where you find the people that are in this event. So here you can use the AI recommendations to find people that are matching with you. You'll see why they're matched with you. You can also click to discard them, and the AI will get smarter as as many times as you do this, the better, because the AI will get smarter by your activity and also this. And this one is by a related job and more. This is related company. Yeah, and sometimes it's profile similarities, so you can tell. And then you see people online as well, which can be in handy. These are people that are actually currently in the app. The rest of the list looks like this. You can search for people based on keywords, like their company or their name. And here you also have a filter available to meet, where you can select the time slots that maybe you have open, and you can check who is available at those times. Here you have a speaker list, which is pretty similar to the attendee list. And if I go back to the attendee list, I just want to mention the networking feature that we have. So this button here opens up the profile of the person. And here you can send a connection request. This is also our DM window. So if you want a private message with this person, this is where you start. So you write here and then you send a connection request to this person. Otherwise, what you can do, you can book a meeting with them. As you can see, it's very similar to how you book a meeting with exhibitors. So you choose a location, send a message, and then you're okay. If you want to add participants, you can add participants as well, up to 10 people, no more than that. And you can also edit the timings and the location when you're in this window. And the product zone. So you are able to add products to your exhibitor booth in the backend. I will show you where to do that. These products will end up here on this list. And you are able to bookmark these as well as an attendee and open them to see more information. You can add whatever kind of picture and information that you want to these. So this product zone could be a nice place. And then you have the scan leads button. So scanning leads, I will not go through
what's
today.
The product? What's the product list? Can you explain?
Product list, this product list is a list of items or products that you as an exhibitor have added. So this is a collection of all the products that have been added by all exhibitors. And I'll show you how.
As an exhibitor, you can add your own products.
Yes, that's right.
Okay. Thank you.
So the scan leads I will not go through. You will get a separate guide on that. And yeah, so now I've gone through the whole front end of the app. Do you have any questions about the front end before I go to the back end?
I'm not sure if I really know the difference between front end and back end, but I was doing I was requesting several meetings already Friday and yesterday, and I noticed that, for example, my booth is not in the options for a location when I request a meeting, so I just put test. I'm not sure if that's something I can change or if it can be connected to my booth, which is F26.
So the locations were not correct this Friday. So what you can do when the correct locations are in, right now your booth is going to appear. So it's added as a location, but we will create the correct locations. And if you want to switch some of your meetings, you can reach out to the event organizer and have them change the location for you in the back end.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Ted?
Yes, so my question is on the notifications, do they come in through the app also? If I have the app loaded, ready to go, I'll get notifications accordingly when things happen on the website.
Yes, so on the mobile app itself, you can choose to, on the actual mobile phone, accept to get push notifications from the app. That's the best way for you to really to get messages on your phone. So I really recommend everyone to put on their push notifications, at least during the event days, to just check if your notification settings are correct. You can click settings up here and just check if your notifications are on, basically, for all of that. But yeah, usually it's the device you need to change if you're not receiving notifications on your mobile device.
Okay. Perfect.
And no matter what, you'll always get the notifications in the app. So if you actually go into the app, you will see them. All right. So let me switch over to the backend. So as I explained, there are two ways to get there. You can either go there here by clicking your booth underneath your profile in the homepage, or up here, clicking Exhibitor Centre. I've already done that, and this is the place. This is what it looks like when you first join. So this is your home. This is a message from the organizer. So if you're a team member of a booth, you'll be able to access this backend. The third way to get there is to go to exhibitors.talk/go-go.com. So I'm putting that in the chat here, if you want to bookmark it or something like that. You can see here that you can open the event company profile. That's a shortcut for you to go to the front end of your booth. Open event to go to the homepage of the event. Company profile is where you can start editing your profile. So it's overview here. To the right here, you see that you can add an ad. That's going to be displayed on the left-hand side of your booth. Then you can click Customize up here. Marlene, if you can get in touch with the event organizer, you can see if you can be added as a team member. And more information here, you can potentially add a header image. You'll see the specs for that here. Or you can add a video from YouTube, Vimeo, or other iframe. You can change your background, change your logo, and the name of your booth, but not the location. If you do want to change your location, that's when you would contact the event organizer. You can also go down here and click Edit on these different fields. You can click here to add products. You can also click here to add products, so I won't click there yet. Documents and links you can add, which you also can do over here. Yes?
If we are co-exhibiting, how would that work with another company?
If you're co-exhibiting, it would be either one booth or two booths that you can edit separately. But I would get in contact with the event organizer about that specific case.
The event organizer from our side?
Informa.
From your side? Okay.
Yes. And then you see your team here. You can click to manage your team here or from team members here. So I'll just go through the rest of the menu items here. So documents and links, this can be any types of documents you have on your computer, like usual documents like PDFs, pictures, things like that. Some files are not possible to use, but you'll see that immediately when you try to upload. And you could also add a URL here, and that will also be available on your booth. You can give it a title and an overview if you want to. Overview is optional. So that's documents and links. And you also have products here. So here's where you add an item or product that's going to be displayed here in the product zone. So the way you add a product here is you click create, and then you add a name and a potential description. You can add a picture here and then a description here. And then your item will be available on the page. Here you can click to edit it. You can also drag and drop the order if you have several, and that will change the order of the way it's displayed on your booth. Right now I'm going to delete this one. And then we have team members. So here will be a list of the team members of your booth. You can click here to view their profile. You can see if they are hidden or not from participants. So hiding would make them invisible on the platform. You can also edit your own visibility here to make sure you're visible or invisible to participants. I suggest keeping this on. If not, you would have to make the first move with all your communications. And you will not be displayed on the attendee list either. So I do suggest just checking if your team also is all visible or not. Yeah, making sure that you're all visible if that's what you want. And then here you have My Connections, share contacts with teams. So you can make connections with people like I explained earlier. And if you keep this on, this will be shared to the leads board that we have here, this is separate from lead scanning. This is if you're connecting with people through the app, those people will be shared in a Teams contact list that you can download. So I would recommend checking if this is on for you. And here you can also invite team members. So you can add a member using their email address. This is only possible if the person is registered, though. They have to be in the event. So if they're not registered, they need to register first, and then you can add them. And then we have our leads board. So the leads board will fill up with some analytics and, of course, connections that your team is making after a while. And the analytics will be company views, and this will grow. Just some numbers about how many views you have had, how many meetings you have had, those kinds of things. And you can also export your leads here. So again, this is separate from the lead scanning. This is only activity that's happening inside the app and not the actual scanning of leads. You get them from somewhere else, and you will get a guide to that separately. But here, to export leads, you can define specific dates in leads, and you can include connected with your members, how to confirm meeting with your company or members, or had a chat conversation or have a chat conversation from your exhibitor page. Then you can start export and you get their details. And lastly, you have your meetings. So as I showed earlier on the front end, people can book meetings with your booth now. All the booths now have time slots on their profile. What you can do is you can see your schedule here. Here, there's no meetings here yet, but in here, you'll be able to manage your meetings. So any person who books a meeting with you, that meeting request will come in here, and all the team members will be able to see it, and you'll be able to respond to the meeting invites from here. You can assign a host. You choose a team member that's going to be responsible for that meeting to accept the meeting, and then that person, that host, that meeting will land in their personal profile, personal meeting schedule, as well as this one. So it's I do recommend checking your schedule from time to time. You might have missed some notifications about meeting requests coming into your booth. Just check here. You can also search by team member, so you can see the meetings per team member. So it's a good place to go. And here you have availability. So these are all the time slots that are available on your booth right now. If you are not available at any of these times, please go in and uncheck the different times that you're not available. You can also do whole days off like that. So that's how you edit your availability as well. So now that I've gone through the entire backend now, are there any questions about this? No. I want to go back to the home page now. I want to show you in the front end what happened to my event when I went through all of these. My event is now filled with sessions. And my networking is probably empty because I haven't connected with anyone, but my bookmark companies, I have a few. My wish list, I have a few. And Explore event, not yet, because I need to be a little bit more active on the platform for this to happen. So that's really all I wanted to show you today. Anyone have any last questions? No? Well, then I thank you so much for joining. This call has been recorded, so I'll send that to the event organizers so they have it. And yeah, thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.